Hi, in this session on detecting plagiarism in academic settings, we will have a demo on one of the world's most famous plagiarism detection tool called Turnitin. In order to use Turnitin, you should have either an individual subscription to the software or you should have an institutional subscription to the software. In other words, this Turnitin is not a free software. So once you get subscription to the software, you have to access this website turnitin.co, and then you have to log into the software. So here your login name will be your email ID. So let me demonstrate it using my account details. So this is my interface for using Turnitin. This is my dashboard, better to say. I already have created many accounts. Don't worry. Once you access the software, what you have to do first is you have to create a class. So just by clicking add class, you can create a class. Then you have to select what type of class. Normally there are two types of classes. One is standard and master. Standard we have to opt. Master means there are some higher premier educational institutions wherein they will be having teaching assistants. So senior professors will assign this particular master class to them. So we will opt standard and we will give a class name. This is can be anything. And one enrollment key also we have to give. So that's all, and then you have to select one of the subjects. So here anything you can give, then select the student level. Postgraduate. Then by default one class will be set up for 6 months. So we will click submit. So now class is created. Okay.
So this is the class we have created. Once you create the class, you have to enter the class. We enter the class, and after that you have to add an assignment. We click the assignment button. It's taking a little time to upload. Yes. Now we have to give an assignment title. Assignment title can be something like the name of the paper. Then here you can see two options. Allow only file type that Turnitin can check. By default it is selected, and allow any file types. Better to opt the first one only. And in this the most important thing is optional settings. You have to make the optional settings. So enter any special instruction. So that is not a mandatory thing. You can just leave it. Allow submission after due date. By default it is yes. Let it be in that way only. Similarity report. Similarity report, generate similarity report for submission. Yes, it should be. Then the next option, that is generate similarity report for student submission. Here you can see three options. Immediately, first report is final. Immediately, on due date. Always better to opt the second option, that is can overwrite reports until due date. Otherwise, you can either submit only during the last date of submission, or once you submit, you cannot resubmit. I mean, the draft cannot be revised and submit again. The next one is exclude bibliographic materials from similarity index for all papers in the assignment. This is by default yes. Of course, that is better. Otherwise, your references and all will definitely be there on the net. So that all will be showing a similarity and the percentage of similarity will be more. Exclude quarter materials from similarity index for all types of papers. Yes, that also let it be that way. Exclude small matches. So this we have to decide. So normally an institution will have a policy on how much it can be excluded. So based upon that we have to decide. But when you are submitting the draft paper, it's always better not to exclude even the small sources so that you can prepare a very good paper. The next is allow students to see similarity report. Okay, yes. Enable translated matching. No need. And this option, submit papers to no repository. That also is very important. There are two options here, standard paper repository and no repository. If you are opting standard paper repository, after checking plagiarism, your paper will go and deposited in the Turnitin database. So if you are submitting once again a revised version of your paper, it will be showing as 100% matching. So better to opt no repository. Now you can see there are 4 search options: student paper repository, institutional paper repository, current and archived internet, periodicals, journals and publications. In fact, these 4 search options indicate the 4 databases that the Turnitin maintains to check your paper against, and once you submit a paper, your paper will be checked against the already existing papers in these 4 databases. So always all these 4 options should be on, then only you will get a quality similarity report. So after making all these optional settings, you have to click submit. Now the major process is over. In the next stage, what you have to do is you have to go to this more action button, click on it and submit. Now we will be submitting the paper to Turnitin for plagiarism checking. Choose file like we are doing in email attachment. Simply you can attach your file that has to be checked plagiarism. Depending upon the size of the file, it will take to upload. Now it's taking little time. It's asking for last name, first name, and the title of the paper. Upload all. So here you can, if needed, the previous page you can add multiple files at a time. So it's telling changes are final. Upload. Upon selecting submit, the paper will be submitted. Click submit. So now it has been submitted and you will be redirected to the inbox. You can see the author, title, grade, response, that and all are not applicable for us, and this is important for us, that is similarity. So now the Turnitin database is checking the paper you have submitted against the already existing literature in its databases. Once it is finished, it will show you, it will produce a similarity index and that will appear here. Depending upon the busy nature of the server, it may take time. And also another factor that depends upon the generation of similarity report is the size of the paper, length of the paper. If it is a very lengthy paper, it may take more time to get the similarity report. That's all. Thank you.